So One Piece chapter 1055, we got the continuation of the Green Bull fight from last chapter. And he's fighting the Scabbards, Yamato, and Momo. And this chapter we see that Momo was able to gain some control of his dragon powers and actually land hits on Green Bull. Now I don't think he's significantly damaged from these hits, but nonetheless Momo was able to do that. And then towards the end of the chapter, we see Shanks come and use his Conqueror's Hockey attack, or he just uses his Conqueror's Hockey, and it's so overwhelming that it freezes Green Bull in his place and he can't move, or maybe he's just shook. I'm not quite sure what happened in that exact instant, but you get the gist of it. Now, you see the title of the video. Are Admirals trash? Now, me personally, up to this chapter, I've always had Admirals and Yonkos equal. I've had some Admirals higher than some Yonkos higher than some Admirals. I have always considered them as equal because if you're top tier, you're top tier. If there are three great powers, there needs to be a balance. It doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, that no Admiral would be able to compete with the Yonko. What is the point of having them in the story? They would possess no threat to pirates if that were the case. Also, you see how Garp is revered and Sengoku as well. So I've always had them equal. I think Oda has done a good job with the Admiral's pre-time skip, and even to an extent post-time skip, because I think the way he introduced Fujitora, he was extremely intimidating and overpowering when he first got introduced. However, these last few chapters have made the Admirals look very underwhelming. You had two Admirals in the Holy Land, and as King of Lightning would say, Sabo and a few good men was able to rescue Kuma and get away. And they're even calling Sabo the Flame Emperor. It honestly feels like you're devaluing the Admirals. The Yonkos don't feel threatening. Kaido did not feel threatening. Big Mom definitely didn't feel threatening, and she went out, in my opinion, way too soon. Felt like Kid-in-Law got 2 dedicated chapters and that was it for her. So okay, the Yonkos didn't feel intimidating and threatening. There was no tension with them, and now you're devaluing the Admirals. You had two Admirals, in the Holy Land, and Sabo was still able to get away. And it's not like Sabo was there with Dragon or something. It was Sabo and those commanders, and we saw what those commanders were like. They weren't anything special. So Sabo and a few good men literally was able to pull that off. Then you come to Wano. Yamato was able to hit him, and then you have Momo get awesome hits, and then you're telling me now Shanks comes with his Conqueror's Hockey, and a top tier literally is so shook and frozen he can't move. I've seen people say that Green Bull confirmed that Yonkos are over Admirals when he said that he wasn't going to come if Kaido was there. I think he said that because 1, they weren't affiliated with the world government, and 2, he literally explained it. He said that Kaido deterred other people from trying to come and monopolize Wano, so it was a necessary evil and they were keeping the balance of power. So I think that was that. I don't think it was him simply saying, oh well, Admirals can't compete with Yonko. Also, I don't think that him refusing to fight Shanks is saying that Yonko's over Admirals, because at the end of the day, he was in Wano by himself and he was going up against Yamato the Scabbards, and then another Yonko crew came in. So I don't think that him refusing to fight is an admission that Yonkos are over Admirals, because he was by himself and he was supposed to take on an entire Yonko crew by himself. So I understand why he said what he said, and I don't particularly fault him for that. I just don't think that was handled the best way. You made Shanks look good. You hyped up Shanks. You made Shanks look good. Shanks had a great moment, but at the expense of completely and utterly devaluing the Admirals. Green Bull looks like trash now. Like, I'm just going to be honest. He looks trash. Fujitora looks extremely suspect for teaming up with Green Bull, and with two Admirals in the Holy Land, Sabo was able to pull off what he pulled off. And maybe we get context later as to what happened. And maybe Fujitora helped Sabo, or maybe there was some reason why they couldn't go all out. But then again, it's Oda, and none of these things are guaranteed to be explained. Probably going to be skipped over and brushed over. So, you know, we just got to take it at face value. And right now, Fujitora looking suspect. Green Bull's looking like trash. Aokiji's not even an Admiral anymore. Kizaru looked good in Saobori, but who knows? Oda might have him get mocked by First Commander next time we see him. Who knows? I think this hurts the story because you need a certain threat levels and you need balance of powers, especially in an action manga. I think that you need a certain level of tension, and Oda failed to deliver that with Big Mom and with Kaido. And the last hope for me was the Admirals, because I still was like, okay, we still got the Admirals. And then the Admiral came to Wano, and I was like, okay, this is Oda's chance to finally give some tension. And immediately it was killed in the worst way possible. He got fodderized. Like, oh my gosh, Kurosaki, I can't move. Like, I know a lot of people, you know, were hyped about the last few chapters. Like, oh my gosh, Shanks, oh my gosh, it's in another Admiral. Personally, these last few chapters have been really underwhelming and disappointing for me, especially coming off that terrible ending to Wano. So, to answer the question, are the Admirals trash? I am going to say no. They are not trash yet. However, it is looking really bad. Got eye raised on Fujitora. Green Bull looks really bad. But I am still holding out hope for Akainu and Kizaru. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Peace.